on the scramble, and it's second down. And at this stage of the game, time a factor, time on their side as they just try to eke out the final precious moments of this one. On second down, they'll try and run the counter. A very tough run, but for a short gain out near the 32. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. The Seahawks will go for it. It's Wilson. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Give him 14 on the play. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Fresh set of downs here. And the D looking like they may blitz. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. Wilson wants to throw it. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
There's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Wilson to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Here's John Ryan now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So Tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time,
they practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. He'll look to throw. This is Riddick on the screen. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down. Stafford barking out signals and trying to get his guys set quickly.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
The Lions on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. They have the 3-point lead. Defense did their job. Now, late game, although it looks good, you know the coaches, they haven't counted this as a victory yet.
I agree with you totally. Big applause for the defense, but no one is taking their headset off on the sidelines. They don't believe this game is over. The offense has to.
No Harvard, but I was a scholar. Hard knocks, and I learned to be smarter. Don't prefer to be bothered. You get if I order. That's word to my father. I will for my mother. Deal with my brothers. Keep it real. Don't talk with no. Plus I duck undercover. Gotta stay. They gon' serve me a sentence, but now I'm up in the illest that did it. Get the cream look. Drop it in it. Give about opinions. I'm just minding my business. If I'm grinding, I'm shining. Don't got time for the gimmicks. I'm it. Squad. 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 Square one, it's hard to square up. Everybody got come, mama cries, dead sons. Lord, please bless them. Back to the party, I'm just pouring my. Don't get faced there before, so I live it up. When I come, better get them off. That's a floss track, better get them off. I'ma keep eating this a dinner rush. I'll let you finish, y'all. Block of diamonds, I can promise I'm being honest. This being modest. I am your highness. I am the finest. You rappers, plus you a liar. Don't idolize and I don't admire. Been doing me for like ever. I'm a better me, more clever. It's a new way. We surfing, baby, new ways. I'm dead. Squad, I'm dead. Squad, I'm dead. Squad, I'm dead. Squad, I'm dead. Squad.
Like the way it sounds, Frody? Yeah. Just let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe. Just let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe. It's too hot, drop the top off the wagon. Lay back, fire like dragon. Man, I'm flying past Saturn. Out of here like I ain't that savage. It's like I'm at the studio with Michael. You can hear me dancing on the beat. Bam, about to put a mansion on the beach. 100 Latins in your lobby. That's what happens when you're around with body. And I put that in my mommy. I will never give my heart to it. I can just make a dance that goes with this song. Then I'ma be on. Basic, gon' dance to it. Basic, everywhere, gon' dance to it. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe for a minute. White Range Rover, in it. Let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe for a minute. White Range Rover, all in it. You gotta, baby, shake that, shake that. Shake that, you gotta, baby, shake that, shake that, shake that. I got 2 shows, I'm about to pitch another. Throwing alley-oops to my brothers. We all shine, nobody victims. I'm on these sweatsuits, black Pippins. I swag different, that's why the money in the bag different. Come up short, you'll have your fam. I lay on beaches and swerving whips. You ain't serving.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Anticipation is mounting for today's game, and we've got 2 quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's the Browns going up against the Seahawks.
All right, Larry, somewhat surprisingly, the rain has held off. Just overcast skies so far as you get a look inside CenturyLink Field in Seattle. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Cleveland Browns. Here's the kicker, Zane Gonzalez, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And his first pass is incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Second down following the incompletion. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. And he's got room. Space to maneuver at the 40. weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A great effort there. 75 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. And personally, what a start for him to get in the end zone from that distance here on the first drive.
And it has the defense tearing up their defensive goals for the game, doesn't it? Because nowadays, when we talk to all the coaches, they don't talk about limiting yards per carry and those things. They just talk about limiting explosive plays, whether it's through the air or on the ground. And anything an explosive play on the ground, usually, 10, 12-yard runs. This one was way more than that. They got to go back to the drawing board and try and shut it down.
Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. First down, Kaiser. And his first look is incomplete. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Come on, let's go! Ohio!
A second down throw now for Kaiser. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be third down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
NFL teams last year a little under 50% on fourth down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4. They're indeed going. It's Kaiser. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them. They took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Shift together here from the D-line.
Let's go.
They run again with Jackson. And he'll be taken down at the 18. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Yeah, the defense definitely showing blitz here.
Here we go. 38.
On 3rd down, Kaiser. Over the middle, complete. It's Gordon. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And now a first down following that long gain.
Let's go. Flex round. Flex round. Ohio. Let's go. 190.
So that'll back him up 5. So now 1st and 15.
Here we go. Grand 38. Grand 38.
Kaiser. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Come on, let's go. 190.
Now a 2nd down throw for Kaiser. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And they're definitely showing blitz here. They'll throw again. Kaiser. Screenplay, Johnson. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he's brought down. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. Second down, Kaiser. Over the middle to catch by Coleman. A big hit. Knocked down sideways at the 21-yard line. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And hello, he's going to be knocked backward as he'll be marked down at the 14. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now they'll run it on the toss. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. They'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They'll throw here. Kaiser. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Mike Bennett in there to get him for a loss of 9. And that'll lead to 4th down. On 4th down, off goes Kaiser. On comes the Browns kicker, Zane Gonzalez, for the field goal attempt. And this one a 41-yard attempt. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So they get 3. They were hoping for 6. An unlucky number 13 play drive.
Well, you go to the sideline after putting 3 points on the board, happy, but you wanted to be ecstatic. You wanted to have 6 on the board. On the opposite sideline, though, the defense, I think they're high-fiving each other, only giving up 3 after letting them run that much offense.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On first down, Wilson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Well, this seems like a good time to make a quick pivot here and go back to Week 9 of the NFL, because there were some pretty big milestones that were passed.
Can we start with the kicker? Because we're going
Adam
to.
Vinatieri.
Look, Adam Vinatieri to me is a first ballot Hall of Famer. I mean, what he's accomplished here, now he's in sole possession, 2nd place in the league's all-time scoring list with 2,442 points. Needs 103 more. We're chased down the Hall of Famer, Morton Anderson.
And yet Eli go over 50K passing yards. Jameis over 10K, 2nd youngest to do that. And then Larry Fitzgerald, what did he do?
Yeah, and the win against the 49ers moved into 6th place all-time in receiving yards, passing Hall of Famer Tim Brown. How about Larry Fitz?
They run the counter now on first down. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
On second down, here's Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Richardson. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down. On third down, it's Carson. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. A minute 57 to go in this first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
On second down, Wilson. A dump off for Davis. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. And he'll give it here to his running back. A good display of power, but ultimately it gets him just inside the 5 to the 4 and no further. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Now Wilson on second down. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Trey Madden from 4 yards out. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On the ground, this is Jackson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. On the run, this is Jackson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now, before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Kaiser now on second down. Throwing deep here for Coleman. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Byron Maxwell. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. All right, you ready to go on a tangent with me here real quick?
Let's go.
We were discussing off air the top 5 picks in the 2016 draft. Boy, those guys are having good seasons, aren't they?
They really nailed that one, didn't they? And you go right to the top because Jared Goff, many people wanted to call it bust last year. Oh, no, not at all. The Rams are 6-2, and he's playing awfully well as their quarterback. Carson Wentz continues to ascend in Philadelphia. Joey Bosa, not many people blocking him out there in L.A., that's for sure. Zeke's still the premier running back in the league. And Jalen Ramsey is a shutdown corner playing with a lot of aggressiveness. But I think it's also a deep draft. Jordan Howard was a 5th-round pick, right? Dak Prescott, a 4th-round pick, right? I mean, we're talking about guys who can flat-out play. And don't forget Tyreek Hill from Kansas City, Mr. Long Distance himself.
Oh, yeah, he's pretty good, too. The Browns on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is third down and 12.
Here we go. Brand 38. Flex round. Flex round.
Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. Now he'll let it go deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So the big play nullified, illegal forward pass.
And maybe we know why they were able to get such a good chunk of yardage on that play. That pass was illegal.
Kaiser and the offense staying put. They're going for it.
Here we go. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round.
On fourth down, they snap it to Kaiser. And this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. And a great spot to start this drive from here. A handoff as they run the counter play. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out.
Polo to the flow though. You already know though. It's Adamville for real. You see ya. Just take a photo. I'm reppin' that's on photo with a on your brodo. Cause that Jodo thought that he could rob a player for some no-no. Oh no. Also Allen Temple. Also England Mountain. Also Misty Valley. And I got a couple yesterday out of Cali. And my bag from the valley bought me brand new balance. And I'm playing with a no American dream. Dusty roll. Man, she been riding since her daddy rode on bowl. I done in every hole telling every I ain't with my wife, but if she meet her, might be a go. Rick flat flashy. Don't I look dashy? Don't I look classy? Don't act so sassy. I'm the man, boo. Dash with or without you. With what your say. Show me what that. I hear him talking reckless. I won't even stress. Just kill him softly with my press. Won't even address. They say it lonely at the top, but this the best. Hey, don't you see me out here shining, belly flex? I hear him talking reckless. I won't even stress. Just kill him softly with my press. Won't even address. They say it lonely at the top, this the best. And even if we die today, gon' live forever. Live forever.
Daddy Patsy with 3 S's. Take the S's. No S's on my chest, but all these diamonds got me blessed. Usually I don't do this. Dumb it down, go stupid. Since 17 been counting M's, my bank account's on goofy. They say gave up. Now who know what the truth is? Chicago full of my garage is full of hoops. Got that southern drawl and all that. My like ball bags. The South got something to say, and all y'all can't get y'all ball back.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be 2 quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's the Browns going up against the Seahawks.
Larry, overcast skies, but knock on wood, no rain on the radar to speak of right now as we welcome you to CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Cleveland Browns. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Over the middle, complete. It's Richardson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. On first and 10, it's Wilson. And the grab made by Doug Baldwin. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
He just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a second and 11. From the gun, it's Wilson. Flushed out right. He's got his man on the crossing route. 23 yards on the play.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Baldwin, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Wilson to throw on second down. Complete. Richardson has it. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Danny Shelton in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a fourth down. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So the folks here in the stands this afternoon, they're happy about that one. Their guys get the early advantage after the opening drive field goal.
And they should be happy. Their guys look good getting down the field, and that's got to give them hope that good things are in store here today.
Now an Eastern Michigan man, Darius Jackson on the carry. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Let's go!
To throw, Kaiser. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Returnable for Lockett. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaunton hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2 as they take over following the punt with a 1st and 10. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Richardson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It didn't. And look at this. It's a fake. And he comes back with one complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. Now Wilson on 1st down. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Well, throw on 1st down with Wilson. Flush to his right. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Oh, yeah, good surge.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson taking it in. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. So with second and goal, still had a couple of downs to work with. They tried to sneak, and they got in.
I like the idea that they did it early in the down and distance count. Second down as opposed to waiting later on. I think it fooled them a little bit, but how about the push they got up front to get the quarterback through?
Big push and a touchdown to boot. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Now it's Jackson. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
From the shotgun, it's Kaiser. And he's got some space here. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Let's go.
Kaiser on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Well, with that pass going awry, Charles, I hate to discuss this, but we need to. Deshaun Watson goes down with an injury, ACL tear done for the season, and boy, that's tough.
It is extremely tough, especially when we do everything possible to protect players in practice, to make sure you have good practices, no injuries, and it just happened on a routine, normal play. And when he gets back, he will make the same exact movements again. Just a freak injury, and now the Texans, that's going to be tough. The number one scoring offense with him, they really struggled against the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, they did. Just 14 points. Really nice response from Watson, though, saying he's going to come back stronger than ever.
And how about the response from the league? How about the respect he garnered in his short time as the quarterback?
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. No gain at all on the play there, and that brings up fourth. Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going. It's Kaiser. And this is caught by Jackson. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. It'll be a gain of 8 yards. And on fourth down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. First down, Kaiser. He'll air this one toward Coleman. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Oh, the timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. After the interception, here's Wilson. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
Well, when defensive coordinators game plan to put pressure on a quarterback, they often want to use blindside rushes, and that's exactly what they did there. The cornerback gets to him and drops him.
To throw on second down. Wilson. The connection made. It's Graham. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And the dreaded 3rd and long here for the offense. Here's Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Richardson. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So on 4th down, here's the Canadian-born punter John Ryan to kick it away for Seattle. Jabril Peppers is deep for Cleveland. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. I want to switch gears for a second. A couple exciting plays last week in the NFL. One you and I were discussing earlier. How about that Tyreek Hill play into the first half in Dallas?
Yeah, we usually use the word gate with everything, right? Now it's Mary when it's big plays like this. So this is the Hill Mary, isn't it? Putting that big wall in front of him. But how about the moves, the elusiveness to break that play against Dallas? Absolutely amazing. And then Sammy Watkins for the Rams.
Yeah.
3rd and 30 plus. Not only did he convert, he scores a touchdown against the Giants in New York.
And the first time someone in the NFL has converted a 3rd and 30 plus in the 21st century. Hard to believe. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. On 3rd down, Kaiser trying to lay one up deep. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. On first down, Wilson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And ready now for 2nd and 9. They'll run it with Jackson. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back. The Browns on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that. Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Here comes the D swarming to the line.
Here we go.
They'll try to throw here. Kaiser. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter. Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one. Has that happened to you before? No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. And he fires one incomplete. And guess what? That incompletion gives me a chance to ask you who your MVP is in the NFL right now. Who are you going with? Well, there's so many different choices, right? Tom Brady's a perennial, and you can never go wrong with him, and he's still rallying New England. He's got too many trophies. Give me somebody else. Look at you. You can't sing him for that. But listen, to me it comes down to Carson Wentz in Philadelphia having an extraordinary second season, and what Alex Smith is doing in Kansas City cannot be overestimated right now. And I'm going to go with Alex Smith because head-to-head, his Kansas City Chiefs beat the Philadelphia Eagles. That's true. If the Eagles, though, 8-1 right now, should be interesting to watch the rest of the way. Sounds like you're making a case for Carson Wentz. I am. Now it's Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Richardson. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. They'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first. When a quarterback sneak is run well, many at home wonder, what's so tough about that? Just take the snap and move forward. But it really pays to be shifty like a Russell Wilson because you have to know where the hole is and get there quickly. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They run the counter now on 1st down. And he'll get this across midfield to the 48. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Defense showing blitz. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Here we go.
Kaiser now from the 50. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
They completed the screen, but one of the things you worry about is can the quarterback get rid of the ball before he's actually tackled? So your offensive linemen have to hold up the rushers a little bit because you want to make sure you keep your guy's jersey clean throughout the game.
Here's Johnson. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Let's go. 38.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Steps away to his left. And he'll get it down here to the 43. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. And out now come the Seahawks. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Now Wilson throwing on 1st down. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And he'll give it here to his running back. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
On 2nd down, Wilson. And Graham's got it over the middle. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
And the D looking like they may blitz. Kaiser now to throw on first down. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
After that nice game there, for the rest of the game, the defense is going to have to respect the running backs as passing threats as well. Not just play them strictly to run the football. They may be able to get downfield and catch it too.
Kaiser to throw it. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit right near the 27.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Second down, 8. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Second down, Kaiser. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a third down. Third and short yardage, Kaiser. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. All right, so now then, the field goal puts you back within 1 score, but I'd be surprised if this is not an onside kick coming up.
Yeah, you still got the 2 timeouts, but I think you're right. I think you roll the dice right here.
And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3 and out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
Wilson wants to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Graham. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So second down, 3 yards to go now. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. Wilson to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. A gain of 3, second down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
On second down, they'll try and run the counter. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And this one is right down the middle. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So barring something extraordinary, something crazy here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Brandon, this will be a great win for them. The better team's going to win this game, no question about it.
Now after the made field goal, Walsh back out to kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. Well, in this one, partner, we had some action all the way down to the final whistle there with the late point.